Hello everyone, it is time for a new video and today we're doing a book haul. So I did one, I checked like 3 months ago, which I actually thought has been a longer amount of time, but it was my birthday last month. And so this is gonna be my birthday book haul. I'm one of those people who, I want to buy myself gifts and celebrate. And of course, books are like my favorite thing to buy in the whole universe. And I was lucky enough to also get some gift cards and books. So let's just dive straight in. It's also not really in particular order, like slightly chronological, but I also just like have the books in pure chaos. I need to reorganize my shelf. So yeah. But the first book that I have here is Technically Yours by Denise Williams. This is a book that I wanted to get for ages, and I have wanted to read books by Denise Williams for ages, and I finally got this one. And so I don't know much about this. I thought it was a celebrity romance before I got it, but it says that it is a second chance romance and a workplace romance. And yeah, okay, so it says that she's just his type, smart, capable, funny, but when she broke his heart, he decided love wasn't for him. So yeah, I love second chance romances, and again, I have heard so many wonderful things about Denise Williams. That's the first one. So then we have all the three books in the, what's it called? I don't think it's on here. The Liz Tomford series. It's actually in the wrong order. So I got these and I heard so much hype about them, and I just kept thinking, yeah, I'm gonna love them, but I have historically had problems with long books, and so knowing that these are like 500 or even like 600 pages, I was like, I don't know about that. And I wasn't convinced. I wasn't convinced that it would be done in a way that I would love every second of the books. I thought I would love it, but yeah. And then I actually read The Right Move first. And yes, I read series out of order very often. Usually it's that I read the second book first. It's just a thing. I feel like the second book, I know historically in like regular series, people often hate the second book, but in standalone series where it's like connected companion novels, but not like actually a series, I just feel like the second book just hits the spot, And so I read this first, and I have to say, Also, I just want to mention, I have been vlogging and I have been so behind on editing that like you might have seen some of these mentioned before, and you will probably see them mentioned afterwards, but I'll just treat this as if I've never talked about these books, because maybe you're watching this and you haven't seen anything else by me, I don't know. So, yeah, so I read this first. And it was actually because they didn't have the first one at the bookstore, and so I just bought this. And then I actually read the third one because it just made more sense to me to read the second and then the third and then the first, since I already, read it out of order. Adored them with my whole heart. Both of these, like 5 stars, incredible, but The Right Move, perfection. Everything about it. Ryan, the hero in this, everyone was like, oh yeah, like he's the new, book boyfriend. I didn't like believe that hard either. Oh my god, like dream man. I have no words. So yeah, you probably have heard of these books, but they're all sports romances, and I'm pretty sure that they actually often follow different sports. Not particularly something that I care about. I don't really care what sport I'm reading the sport romance about. I'm just there for the vibes. And so I just have the first one to read, which is actually the longest, I think. But I am super excited. I will definitely be picking it up soon. I just went on my trip to see my family, and I wanted to take this on the plane because I was like, this is like a flight attendant romance that like I don't know if it's like the private plane for the team or whatever, but the heroine is a flight attendant on the hero's plane to get to the games and whatever. And so obviously this would have been perfect to read on a plane, but since it's such a big book, I was like, it's very unwise to take it when I always take a million books. But either way, this will be read soon. And if you have also been hesitating, like, you know, maybe it's not as good as people say, it absolutely is as good as people say. I can't speak for the first book, but it's absolute perfection. So, yes. Okay, moving on. I actually have another sports romance that I also bought, I think at the beginning of June, maybe the end of May. And I've also heard so many good things about this and I'm super excited for it. And it is The Prospects by K.T. Hoffman. So many authors that I love have raved about this book. I think it's a debut. Anita Kelly described it as a heart-stealing romance. My favorite book of this and any year. And I adore Anita Kelly. And I like absolutely trust their taste in books. And this one is his former teammate and longtime rival is unexpectedly drafted onto his team. And so I think this is like a little bit of a, I don't know, like second chance. Maybe like it's giving me like second chance vibes, but probably not like in the way that they were together. But either way, they definitely have history. Yeah, so I'm super excited for this. The only other thing that I know is that it has trans representation, and the little thing at the top says enemies, rivals, teammates. It's going to be a hell of a season. So I am very excited for this. And yes, I, as always, will be saying the word excited way too much. The next book here is Hate Mail by Donna Marchetti, and this one was definitely a cover buy. I always talk about how much I love Lenny Kaufman's covers. I love her so much, and she just does something that speaks to my heart. And especially when it's a pink cover, I need it. And I did start a little bit of the book, and it is basically like a pen pal romance where they started sending letters to each other in like middle school or something like that. Like it was basically an assignment for school. But the hero in this decided, he was like annoyed about it, and he decided to send like a hate mail, like a hate letter. And so they just kept kind of sending these hate letters, and they're gonna meet in real life. And I thought that was a very fun way to like do the like online real life trope, which I'm always obsessed with. And I want to read all the books. I want to read like all the different ways that the books can be. Like I need it all. So I am very excited for this as well. Yes, oh my gosh, I need to learn a different word. But just none of the others, like I know the synonyms, okay, but none of the others make sense coming from me. Like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right, but you know, it's fine. The next book I have here is One Last Shot by Betty Cayute, or I'm sorry, I have no idea how to say the last name, but this one I got in the Afterlight box. And I unfortunately now can't afford to keep getting them, but I love their boxes. They used to do it with like the items in the like with like 1 or 2 items with the book, but now it's a book only box, and they do absolutely gorgeous editions, but I just like I can't, you know, get it every month. But this is kind of my last one for a while, and I have no idea what it's about. I have never heard of this author, but it does have like a beautiful summery vacation cover. And also I did actually open this in what I filmed. I filmed like a birthday vlog, and that was like a month ago now. And please let me know if you would still like to see it over a month later, because I have so much to edit and I have no idea when I'll get it done. So please let me know if you want to see it. But yeah, this is just absolutely gorgeous, and I'm always obsessed with the end papers. Like that's, oh my gosh, like the amount of work that goes into this. I also kind of wish, I know it can't work like that, but I wish more books could be like this. All the books, you know. But anyways, that is this one. Then we have 2 YA contemporary romances that I actually got on my birthday, and they were in the buy one get one half price, which is the like best thing that bookstores can ever do. And so the first one is 4 Eads and a Funeral by Farida Abike Amade and Adiba Jagardar. And this one I actually already read. I adored this. I was anticipating it so hard because I love Adiba Jagardar's books. I've read every single one of them except for actually A Million to One. But that one is not a contemporary one, so I've read all the contemporary ones. And I have heard amazing things about Farida's books. And so I was so ready for this, and I adored every second. It is such a perfect YA romance. It's estranged best friends to lovers. That there's forced proximity. He's back in town. They have to work together. They have to co-parent this cat that their favorite teacher left to them in her will. Why can I not speak? Oh my god. And oh my god, I just have no words. Like, this was so good. The characters, the romance, the friendships, like everything about this, 10 out of 10. I need more people to read it. I haven't heard anyone talk about it. And that's just unacceptable. So if you have not read it yet, you need to pick it up. And the same actually goes for 12th Night by Alexine Farrell Fulmouth, because I also read this. I actually finished it yesterday or the day before that. And again, you'll hear more of my thoughts in that vlog. But this is a very different vibe, but it's another YA contemporary romance that I adored every single bit of. And this one, they really don't like each other at school, but then they start being friends online in this game, kind of anonymously. And so it has that bit of that trope again that I'm obsessed with, but done in a way that was very special, and it felt fresh and exciting. And so many things about this book felt fresh and exciting, and I absolutely adored everything about this. Again, I don't want to talk too much because I have a lot of books to get through, and my camera's probably gonna die. I loved this, and I need everyone to read it as well. Then I have a book that my sister got me, so shout out to her. And I was so excited. I obviously chose the book myself, and I was so excited to see it at the bookstore. And that is When I Think of You by Maya Ariel. And first of all, this cover is incredible. I'm obsessed with it, and I love the vibe. It feels so summery as well. It's, oh my gosh. And this is like a celebrity Hollywood romance where he's a director. And I think this actually might be, this is second chance as well. And he offers her like a job and stuff. So there's obviously going to be the angst of like, he offers her a job, and so she doesn't want to have anything romantic to do with him because that could jeopardize the career. And, you know, strong feelings, fun vibes. And I love celebrity romances, anything especially to do with movies, whether it's directing, acting, whatever. I love that shit so much, and I'm so ready to read this. Then I have Savor It by Tara DeWitt, which I actually read an arc of before it came out. And so I just, when I saw it at the bookstore and I was picking the books that my sister would get me, I was just like, I saw it and I was like, okay, I'm not leaving it here. I love this cover. This book was one of my favorite romances of the year, like absolute perfection. It's a small town romance. The hero is a chef. The heroine like has all these animals, and like, oh my god, I can't possibly describe my feelings about it right now, but the way it hit me in the feels was like unreal, incomparable, absolutely perfection once again. Hello everyone, so my camera died and it cut me off, so let's continue the haul, and I will actually wrap it up with this update here. I still have some packages coming. I do have one to open with you, but I ordered like 2 separate orders, and the other one I don't really know when it's gonna arrive, and there's a high chance it's gonna come in separate boxes at separate times. And so I think I'll just show you this because I actually also bought 2 things at the bookstore. I'll tell you about the ones that I didn't get to last time, and then we'll get to the package. So I got A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I am so incredibly excited for this. I will not be telling you anything about this because I don't want to know what it's about. I absolutely love her books so much with my whole heart, and it's kind of, all I'll tell you is, if you don't know what kind of books she writes, it's like adult romance with like a magical twist. And it's not really like supernatural, like people or anything. It's more like there's an event that's magical that like takes place throughout the entire story, but it's not a normal classic paranormal romance. And I never know what genre that is. Like, I've heard people say like contemporary fantasy, which I actually think makes sense, but I also haven't really heard that many people use that term. And so, like, I don't know, either way, I'm super excited for this. All I know is that there's something to do with like a fictional world, and I mean, according, you know, the title can already tell you a little bit, but I am so ready for this. And I'm so happy I got it. Like, one of my absolute most anticipated releases ever. So, yeah. Speaking of anticipated releases, this is Something Wild and Wonderful by Anita Kelly. So, I needed to get this. It's the only book that I actually haven't read by Anita Kelly. It is in the second book in a companion series that is like 3 adult contemporary romances, and I read the first and third one. As I do. This one is supposed to be like very emotional and kind of like slow moving, but in like a really nice way. That it focuses a lot on the feelings, and the romance is very soft. And I mean, that's mostly all of Anita Kelly's books, and I just love them so much, and it just feels so comforting and so beautiful. And I just know this is gonna hit me in the feels, and I'm ready. Speaking of books that will hit me in the feels, I have Only and Forever by Chloe Elise. So this one it is a series that I want to read in order, but the problem with this is that the bookstore only had this book, which is the last one. I'm pretty sure this is number 7, and read the first 3 maybe I read on audio. The 4th one I got physically, and so I'm missing 5 and 6. And so since I know that I absolutely want to read the rest of the series as soon as possible, and I want to own all of them, I had to get this. And this one, like, the series, I'm obsessed with it. It is about the Bergman brothers, and so I do actually recommend this. I really think you should read this series in order, because I think all of them are absolutely incredible. It is about the family, and so you do get to know the characters throughout the books. And the hero in this, we meet him like earlier on, and he's such a sweetheart, and I cannot wait to read his book. And it's honestly kind of hard to resist not reading this right now, because like I know I'm gonna adore the shit out of this, but again, I need to read it in order. So I need to get the other 2 as soon as possible. Oh my god, now that I think about it, I think I actually ordered the 5th one. So I will just have 1 missing. So we'll have to see that. Okay, yeah, so that's that, and we're getting close to the end. So the 2 books that I bought at the bookstore, earlier this week, was The Undermining of Twyla and Frank by Megan Bannon. I recently reread The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy, and it's literally one of my all-time favorite books. It's an incredible adult fantasy romance, and I always struggle with finding good ones, but that book just absolutely did everything for me. And so I'm so ready to read this. And this one is Friends Lovers, and there's dragons, and I'm absolutely ready for this. It feels kind of cozy, but in a way that, I don't know, I don't always like the books that people describe as cozy, because sometimes they're very like atmospheric, and that's cool, you know, but it's very focused on that and not always necessarily as much on the characters. But this one completely focuses on the characters and the relationships. There's amazing side characters. I'm obviously talking about the Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. I haven't read this yet, but hopefully, you know, it's gonna be just as amazing. And it's cozy, but there is like some angst and drama and stakes, and it is just super, super fun. And the covers are also super cute. And then I got The Darkness Within Us by Tricia Levenseller. This is a companion sequel to damn, I forgot what it's called. Okay, I don't think it's, whatever. Yeah. I loved that one. I feel like people did not like it at all, and I do think it was mismarketed a lot because that one was described as like the super dark enemies to lovers romance when it honestly is just that for a little while until it kind of almost turns into like a friends to lover situation. And the heroine is definitely like has questionable morals and like all of those things, but it's definitely not that like enemies vibe. And this one is also described in a similar way. The main character is supposed to be, you know, like cunning and dangerous, and it does start with her like killing her old husband, and you know she wants to claim like the inheritance. Is it called inheritance? Yeah, just his wealth and be, you know, free, but then his some kind of relative of the husband is gonna like come into the picture wanting to like take over the estate or whatever, and that's all that I know about it. But it's also a standalone. It's 300 pages. I feel like this is a fantasy book that is gonna be so easy for me to read, which is what we're looking for. I am determined to fall back in love with fantasy, and I need to get more, so we're getting started on that. So let's finally open the package and wrap it up here. So I do have 2 packages here, and I actually have 2 books, and I ordered like something that's gonna sound very random, which is like a little cross stitch project. And I'm super excited for that. I might just show you that as well because, you know, we might as well. But let's, oh my gosh, I just remembered. It's so funny. I just remembered what book is in here. It's hilarious. This used to happen to me all the time because I used to order books online a lot more. And I literally like forgot exactly what I got because I partially try not to think about it because I want it to be surprised in a way. But partially my brain is just like, I always spend so long deciding what books I want the most that then I just don't fully know what I ended up getting. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I got Truthfully Yours by Kaden Armstrong, and it is so cute, and I'm so excited for this. I've been waiting to get it for months, and the paperback got cheaper, and I'm so ready for this. I think the hero is an actor, and the heroine says something shitty about like the show that he's in, and now they meet in this like small town in Scotland, and she's maybe a bookstore owner and is supposed to have autistic representation. That is all that I know about it. And I'm super excited. Yeah, I think it's gonna be super cute, and I love buying indie romances physically. I don't get to do it often because usually they're more expensive because, like, you know, the authors actually need to make some money. It's actually very expensive to publish a paperback, and so that is why it's expensive, and I understand that, but I just can't always get it, you know? But I got this, and I'm so happy. And there's also a cat, which, you know, we always love to see. So I'm actually so excited. It is so funny. I never thought, I have always been terrible at crafts, okay? Like, absolutely not for me. But I saw this like super cute, adorable thing that I could make for my mom, and it was her birthday and nothing else felt right. I just could not think of anything else. I was like, I need to do this. And I also just have been feeling like, you know, I always try to be so productive and I never relax. Even when I like relax, I'm actually not relaxed, you know? And I just needed like a new project to try to occupy me and like, you know, channel a different part of my brain. And so I started the cross stitching, and I ordered this that looks super cute, and I am so happy about it. And so I will show you because, you know, I just want to remind you that, you know, it's wonderful to try new things, and you don't have to be good at, you know, everything you do, especially not immediately when you've never fucking done it. Because, you know, I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna be horrible at this. And at first I was, but it turns out I was actually doing it wrong. And just in case anyone is interested in cross-stitching out there, the thing that it tells you about the thread that you need is actually the like tiny actual thread out of the whole thing. So if you have like, hold on, I'll show you because this, I feel like it doesn't make sense the way I'm describing it. But if you have this, you know, thread thing, there's like the little parts in it, and you have to separate it, and like one of those things is the one thread. And so it told me to use 2, and so I just kind of like, you know, used this, and let's just say it did not work because it didn't fit. It was horrible. But I learned, and I've been working on it the past 2 days, and it's been going great, and it's actually so relaxing. I'm becoming a little bit obsessed with it. So I got these like super cute butterfly ones, and so I want to use this to actually decorate a little bit, because like it's not my preferred, like it's not a style of decorating I would normally think I'd go for, but my apartment does not look like something that's in my style anyways, and this will actually work with that a lot because I have like a lot of wood and shit like that. But this is the first one of what it's supposed to look like, and this is the other one. I just love that so much. I feel like butterflies are such a meaningful symbol for me, and flowers as well, and so having it together I think is super cute. And there's also this cute little scissor thing and the little, yeah, I'm obsessed actually. I'm so excited. Okay, and I actually have one more book here. Oh, I also realized what I also just realized what it will be. Okay, oh my gosh. This is literally Christmas every time, you know? Okay, so that is Ready or Not by Cara Bastone, and I am so excited to have this. I love Cara Bastone so much. I feel like she's actually a very underrated romance author. Her books are so swoon-worthy and emotional and romantic and sweet. This is her newest release, and it is, all I know is that it is, ooh, okay, it is the perfect slow burn friends to lovers romance. I think it has like the surprise pregnancy, accidental pregnancy, which I know isn't a trope that necessarily people like, but I do think they've been enjoying it more recently. And I always say it's not a trope that I like seek out, but it can definitely be nice, you know, like the caretaking and like all that. And I know if someone's gonna do it well, it's Cara Bastone. So that is gonna be it for my giant book haul. I hope it's not 10 years long. And yeah, I'm sorry I have not been uploading very often recently. I'm going through a lot of like stressful things in life. And I've been trying to like chill out about it because YouTube is unfortunately the like easiest thing to sacrifice because it's just for me, and you know, but I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what is a book that you recently got or a book that you really want to buy, or multiple books. And if you made it this far in the video, just leave the book stack, you know, emoji down below, because that is definitely the most fitting for this. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye!